Hello everyone, thank you for joining today. We are going to look at a top-down analysis for the fundamental and technical part on some of the Forex pairs, US oil and the dollar index. That is the main market mover for the US dollar. So let's see what is going to happen. As beginning, I want to go on with the news that came out today related with US oil. Saudi Arabia eyes on OPEC, so they are expecting to increase the oil production. According to Wall Street Journal, Saudi Arabia is eyeing on OPEC plus production increase ahead of the embargo and price cap on Russia oil. We have to be careful here with this speculation that is actually happening. Everyone is actually expecting for the price to rise, but on the other hand, OPEC is just showing that they have a high probability to increase this production. The problem will be that despite the fact that OPEC may increase the production of oil, if they had the opportunity to lower the price with the actual energy crisis, I think that they had the opportunity to take this step before. So I don't think that this is going to impact the energy sector in real. The problem is that the market is actually suffering from very big speculations. That is why I'm beginning everything with oil. And as we may know, oil is one of the most speculated financial instruments, also gold as well. So look at what came out. Also during all this period of time, as we have seen, we can see that from the top, we are here in June 22. The previous top was on March 22, so everything was related with the Russia and the Ukraine war. And what we can see at this moment is that price came down again. So despite the fact that the US and other countries and Europe is suffering the problem with the energy crisis, look at where oil came down. So this is something insane in my opinion. It doesn't make sense at all. However, we have to be focused on the technical perspective, what is happening. For US oil, during these days, I shared this analysis. It was this head and shoulder pattern here. I shared this also on our trading group. Look at where it was. Sorry, this is Euro USD. Here we have US oil. And price came lower after a type of false movement on the upper side, and we can see that all the bearish targets were reached. So this is the speculation that is actually happening with oil. Also, I guess that many traders have been in difficulties today, considering the news that we are looking at from OPEC here. And we may see also very big speculation during the coming days, as I see, because this is not a small news at all. But they will speculate a lot also on December 4th, as we may see, because this is the date of the meeting, and we have to be very careful. The problem is the other part. Today I was looking at this pattern here. We have an ABC pattern. This is the pattern that I was looking at. And here we have the big deep movement that came down. So this was not a bullish move at all for the moment. I just wanted to wait for this move and to see what was going to happen. So this was the movement that was created during morning. And as we can see, OPEC decreased all these bullish hopes at this moment. So we have to be careful. This is the actual situation. I'm going to break it down right now, and we are going to look at what may happen in oil from another perspective after the price already reached the numbers. This is another part of the analysis that I already did before. Look at here where the price is at this point. This is dating back in December 31, where the price was before the beginning of the war. So it doesn't make sense at all that the price is still in these low areas. However, let's suppose that the price will not find the expected support close to 76.5. So this is the main point where the price actually stopped here. What I'm looking at is the bigger picture that the price may come down. We can see here two structure zones. This is the first small structure, and we have the lower part of the structure as well. So these are the two main areas that I'm focused for a potential correction on oil. Probability is very high that we may see the price to break down only on the speculations that we may face related to OPEC during this moment. So this is the bearish move that may happen. But for this move, we need a candle close at this point. For everything that you guys may have, you just let me know on the chat session and I'll try to do my best. So this is what I'm expecting here. Another possibility that the price can move down is this harmonic pattern, that it can extend up to, let's say, this zone close to the lower part of the structure, so it fits very well, close to 70, and this is where we need to be careful is if price is going to come down. This may increase the chances that the price can bounce up again. We don't have to forget at this moment that we are on the winter season, and this is increasing the probability for the price to increase because of the season as well. That is why I'm not expecting the price to move very low. However, let's go on another time frame. This is the smaller time frame. And here we have our pattern where the price was showing the first resistance. Just one moment. This is another harmonic pattern that I was looking at today. And look at what the price created. This was created during the OPEC news. Here we have OPEC news and the speculation that deleted everything on the opposite side again. On the 4-hour, we can see a very strong bullish candle right now. This is looking a decent bullish candle. It looks very interesting. And considering that we may see the price to recover in the short term, I am expecting for US oil to test these small structures here. So these are the areas where I'm focused right now. So let's see how the price may develop. But for the short term, they should work very well, I guess. And you have also the analysis that I shared today. So they are approximately the same price area. So let's see how the price will develop. But considering this candle close here, the price should continue to rise more at this moment because this is very bullish sign, as we may see. So let's see what is going to happen. Now we are going to look at the economic calendar, how the price may develop during the coming week. It is very important that we need to pay a close attention the news that may come out during this moment. We have during the morning the Reserve Bank of Australia, so the governor is going to speak. It is a very important news, as we can see. This is with red most of the time when the governors of the central bank, they have like this type of speeches, they are all the time with red, despite the fact that probably they will not say anything at all interesting for the market. During the mid of the day, we may see the retail sales from the Canada border. During the previous month, it was 0.7, and this month it is expected minus 0.7. So overall, this indicator are the goods that are sold from the retail traders, and this is also used as the consumer confidence as well. So the higher is this number, more bullish will be the Canadian dollar. So let's see. During this period of time, we have seen that Canada is reporting very good data when it comes to the economy. They are recovering. So probably the number will come higher than minus 0.7 that everyone is expecting here. At least this is what I see at this moment. On Wednesday morning, this is during the European night session. This is a Aussian session. We have to be careful because during the morning, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is going to release the interest rate decision. This is very important because the interest rate decision is shared in line with the monetary policy statement. So this is going to be the most important part. And after that, the press conference from the governor of the bank. The previous interest rate or the old interest rate is 3.5%, and it is expected to be 4.25%. So probability is high that they will increase with 0.75%. However, we should know that many currency pairs didn't react in a positive way, despite the fact that their central banks increased the interest rates. Most of the time they are priced in advance in the actual situation that we are living, because all the banks are increasing interest rates. And we have to know in advance also the probability that we may see a New Zealand dollar to be flat during Wednesday, or probably weaker than we may expect. The main event will be during the press conference, because that is the most important part, that they will show if they are going to be more aggressive in the market with the monetary policy statement, or probably they will take this step by step, like the Bank of Australia is actually doing. Because the Bank of Australia is actually slowing down with the monetary policy and the support in the economy during this moment. During the European morning on Wednesday, we are going to look at some data that will come out from Germany. This is very important. This is also considered very important when they are reported from Germany. Most of the time, German index is very strong, and they are reporting this data in line with the expectation most of the time, because the Germany economy is very solid overall. From the European part, Eurozone, I'm not expecting anything big, so the data here probably can be flat, like they are expecting. During this month, we didn't see anything at all when it comes to European data. They are just flat. We have one red flag from UK, so it is expected 48, below expectation, so we may see a slightly lower GBP data here, and probably a bit weaker GBP. Durable goods that are very important from the US front, this will be released on Wednesday. So we have to be careful, because we may see a positive impact from the US front. It will be interesting. They have reported very good data all this period of time, so we are not looking at the economy to slow down at all. The US economy is still very strong. Also, the crash that the USD dollar already faced was only because of the slowdown on the inflation figure, so it is not related with the economy at all. So let's see what they are going to share right now. The other part are not significant data on Wednesday. Just let me upload a little bit because we have to be careful. Just one moment. On Thursday, we have retail sales from New Zealand. So this is going to be very important as well. From New Zealand, it is expected negative retail sales. But let's see, because their economy is very strong, I don't think that it may come this low, minus 3.4, because they are performing very well during the last month. And on Friday, we can see that we don't have any important data, at least for this moment. So let's see what is going to happen. I guess we have the day off from the US front here. So overall, Wednesday will be a very important day. So let's go back on our charts right now. What may happen on the other part? We are looking at also the dollar index. So what happened here? We may see on the dollar index that price broke down from this pattern. This was the pattern that we were looking at during the previous time. Price came down. It was very fast move. And after we saw the price to decrease by approximately 7%, it was expected this type of correction. So overall, considering that we are still in a type of broadening wedge pattern that was already broken at this point, probably we may see the price to create any type of correction before it continue with the bearish move, or probability is also high that we may see even a type of bigger correction. So this is not clear at all right now. A main important indicator that probably will show the next direction will be the inflation data that will come out on December. It will be very important, considering that if they will not be in line with the previous month, so probably they may come slightly higher, this may impact again the dollar index to rise more than it was before. So that is the only scenario that I see for the price to reach the top of the pattern again. This can be only possible during that moment. We have also the FOMC that is going to be on December, and we have also to be careful during that event, because everything will be in line with the CPI data. If CPI data will be after the FOMC, then we have to be careful, because FOMC knows in advance the data that will be released after their meeting. So they will be in line with their expectation, I guess. So they may increase or they may decrease the expectations for the interest rates. Also, DXY during these days was in line with our expectation. So we may see DXY was showing two possibilities during the previous time, but it was mainly a bullish movement, at least what we were expecting in our group. And as we can see, price reached the final target here. However, here we have the small pattern. However, I'm not expecting the price to crash immediately right now. We have to wait. We have to see how the price will develop, because for the moment we can see that the price just bounced from the structure of the inverse head and shoulder pattern. It can develop, it can test the structure, and probably after that we may see the bearish move to come at this point. However, it has to be seen, so this is not something that we can anticipate 100%, but probability is very high that the price may test 109.5, considering from the pattern perspective here. The next movement is only on the bearish side, as I'm looking at in this picture. Thank you all for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. The next one that we are going to look at is Euro USD. We have already seen Euro USD during this period of time that the price was moving in this daily channel, let's say. And during the previous week, we were expecting the price to move a bit lower for correction. As we know, this is the pattern that I shared last night. I'm going to delete this part here. As we can see, this was a daily short-term trading scenario on the hourly chart, on the 60-minute chart for Euro USD. Here we have the pattern that it was shared yesterday, November 20, and we can see that price came down close to the first target. However, let's look at on the other time frames what is actually happening here. We can see that after the price already broke out from this point, after the price broke out from the daily structure, we saw to keep rising from this moment. So all of this wave was dedicated to the CPI data, but we can't say that Euro was going just to rise against USD, because the US economy is still very strong. Probably they may not increase the interest rates, but they are not having issues in the economy at all. They are not slowing down. On the other hand, we are having the Eurozone economy that is still not performing very well. Probably Eurozone is going to increase the interest rates, but I don't think that it will help a lot the euro itself. So we have to keep that in mind when trading. So despite the fact that the price bounced here, I'm expecting the price that it can come close to the structure again, and probably we may see many up and downs before the price will rise more. So let's see what is going to happen. I'm not expecting any big movement. Let's suppose if price created the first move here and we are on the third wave, we may see the price to develop some more, because we are in a very big change of trend that is coming from the left side. So I'm not expecting something very aggressive to happen at this moment. So let's see what is going to happen overall. Just one moment, because I want to show you this also on a lower time frame. On the time frame that we are looking at yesterday, this was the harmonic pattern, the head and shoulder pattern. Here we had this pattern. It was creating a type of ugly pattern, but after that the price came down. So it can continue moving down tomorrow up to 1.0 again. It has higher chances to happen in scenario during this moment. Also considering this small correction, probably this is increasing the chances for the price to keep moving lower, but it may come down with very low volume, as I see. So let's see. We don't have a bullish move yet. For the bullish move, we need to see the price to create something solid. During this period of time, we have seen Euro USD to create only ugly patterns and not solid patterns for the trend continuation. So this is what we need to be careful again. But definitely we are going to see another bullish move. But this is not ready yet. On the shorter term trade, the price should move lower again. So just focus on the last analysis that I have shared. We may see 1.0150, 1.0080 or 1.01 on the coming days. Another trade that I'm looking at that I shared also today is Euro New Zealand. If we can see the price also on the higher time frame, we can see that the price increased up to the top of this structure. So this was very strange, in my opinion. It was reached on October 22 and beginning of October and October 17th. If we can see on the left side, the top of the structure is dating back on February 22. So this is the beginning of the war after the price came down at this point. So Euro New Zealand recovered everything with this wave. So now the price is correcting. A main focus that we need to pay close attention to, in my opinion, is the Bank of New Zealand, Reserve Bank of New Zealand, that is going to release the interest rate on Wednesday. So this is going to be the catalyst and the market mover for Euro New Zealand. I don't think that we are going to look at any big change within this pattern. Even if the price will come up, probably it will move down again. So this is a bullish scenario that will change to bearish scenario. But we can also see the price tomorrow to stop at this point, and after that it can crash again. However, we have to be careful. I'm focused on the bearish move, considering also how the price is coming down. Considering the previous waves, we can see that we have this type of pattern formation. I'm looking for the fifth wave down. However, we have to be very careful because everything will be highly speculated from the Bank of New Zealand. If the news will come out and the price will not move, probably we may see the price to move after the news event or during the European opening. That is why I'm still focused on the bearish move. The confirmation for this trade will come after the price will break down. So if we will see any breakdown below the structure, then the price will keep moving lower up to 1.65. At least this is what I'm looking at here. So let's see what is going to happen. One of the guys is asking about gold here. Yes, we may look at gold as well. We have to be very careful with gold. This is an analysis that I have shared as I see during the previous time. Price didn't came up on gold. I'm going to increase the time frame on the daily. And on the daily chart, you may see that the price faced a strong resistance close to the top of the structure, and it is pushing the price down. So considering that we are in a bullish move right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth wave may happen on the upper side, we may see that gold is actually close to a potential reversal zone. So that is why we have to be very, very careful, in my opinion, with gold. I would really suggest to stay out from this trading right now. It is not a good idea at all because we can never know how the price will develop. It can also bounce from this point because this is very near to the support area, and the price may bounce again up. However, exists the probability also we can see any type of up and down moves. However, this is the most important part, that we may see the price to stop here. Once the price will stop close to 1700, I think that we may see a bullish price reaction very soon. So let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. Just be careful. Just 1 minute, guys. So this is what I see here. If we are going to look at gold on a lower time frame, we have to be very careful again. The price is already creating this type of ABC pattern. This is taking the shape in a very clear way, and this is increasing the chances that we may see gold to rise from this point. However, the pattern is not clear for the moment for the reversal, but we have to be careful because this is clear as a structure for the ABC harmonic movement here. So hope you guys enjoyed this analysis today. I will do also any other update during the coming days. So let's see how the market will develop. We just have to be careful and to trade with stop losses all the time. It's very difficult because the market is not holding very well for the swings moves. It is highly speculated during this period of time. So we have to be very careful. Many of the moves are created with a strange volume, as I am observing. At least this is my personal opinion for this moment of time. And that is why I'm just sharing this concern as I see. So we need to be careful during these moments. After that, we have to see what will happen. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to press the like button and also to subscribe on my social media, on YouTube as well. Thank you very much. See you on next live stream. Bye bye.